Good morning. My name is, well, it doesn't matter what my name is. I ask that you listen for a few moments because I have something on my mind. Oh, I'm okay. Well, not really. I was out walking the other day, and as I got closer to the top of a hill, I noticed another young man struggling to make it to the top. Well, you see, I began yelling at him, encouraging him to come on, don't give up. And as I was yelling, others were sarcastically laughing. But he continued on. He continued to the top as we began celebrating. He admitted that he had made some mistakes in his life. I could tell that he was carrying some unneeded burdens with him. And as we continued to talk, I saw it in his eyes. Although he seemed broken, I recognized that he was angry, bitter, and he seemed very, very regretful. I could tell that life had dealt him a justified blow. Which reminds me that life is full of justified and unjustified blows. I know you're probably wondering why I'm talking to you today. Well, as we continued our conversation, I recognized that many are in need of a second chance. A second chance. Well, today, I take time to speak to you on behalf of those needing a second chance. If you're in need of a second chance, line up and listen as we plead our case together. Life sometimes gets out of balance, and sometimes we come up short. We must quit making the same mistakes over and over. Leave your tragic past behind and discover a better you. Don't allow mistakes to imprison you. Well, I know of someone that will commute your sentence. Ask the question, are you worthy? Am I worthy? Well, I heard a story about a man that was worthy, but his life was taken away. I remind you that life is not fair. If the worthy is punished, just as the unworthy, then where do we turn? Hello, are you listening? Are you worthy of something better? If you feel that you're worthy of something better, then speak up. Now is the time. Sir, well, let me get to my point. Father, they said that they saw a worthy man carrying something on his back, similar to that of the young man that I spoke to. The man they called Jesus struggled to get up the hill. People shouted and screamed at him. Some of the screams were to encourage him to come on, don't give up. Some of the screams were, hey, we're sorry. But some of the screams were screams of hate, bitterness, jealousy, and full of sarcasm. This reminds me of a path that we all must take in need of a second chance. If you're out there listening today and you need a second chance, I want you to listen to today's message carefully. It's time to develop a closer relationship. During your high school years, you may have been too busy or simply didn't understand. That lack of understanding may continue still today. We all have different reasons and excuses, some justified and some unjustified. I want to tell you today that your biggest burden may be, was, or is of not knowing. Not knowing the Father. Not knowing our Heavenly Father. Many of you are talking about the perils of life, but the root of your issues is that you remain fatherless. If you don't know our Heavenly Father, you won't recognize the second chance you need. You will be too blind to see it. Moms and dads are important, but they're not perfect. Your mom, dad, grandmother, uncle, auntie may have been imperfect. One, both, or all may have been hardworking, loving, appreciative, and very supportive. I want to tell you today, their imperfections has nothing to do with your decision or your path for a second chance. No apologies need to be made for their efforts or their lack of efforts. Don't allow your mistakes or your personal family issues or tragic situations to get in the way. We are very similar, so now's the time to connect beyond your stumbling past. If you are a sensitive, caring, and giving person with a tremendous burden, if you are a continuation of poor and sometimes reckless decisions as a result of your fatherlessness, if you have a giving heart that can serve others, if you can volunteer when needed, if you can find a way to help the elderly, if you can simply provide a smile of completion to someone who's incomplete, if you can provide a lifting hand without breaking your hand, if you are old but you can work with the young, or if you are young but you can work with the elderly, then you are worthy of a second chance. The second chance is provided by the one carrying your burdens up that hill. I have a question for you. Are you talented? I want you to know, no matter your talent, an accident or an injury is in your future. Don't allow setbacks to hold you back. Your life will be full of championship moments. Your life will be full of tears of joy and the silence of pain. Don't hold on to pain too long and not appreciating the joys of life. Letting go of the pain is not letting go of love. If you're on the sidelines, frustrated, hopeless, and bitter because of blown chances, now is the time for another chance. It's time to let go of the what ifs. Let go of the recklessness, the poor decisions, the lost opportunities. Don't get me wrong now. We must learn from them. If you're in trouble and facing something serious, ask our Father to consider leniency. Explain that you have a good heart and you will do better. Convince yourself to be a part of His story. Explain that you can now see and that you are thankful for the one carrying your burdens up Calvary's hill. Plead for another chance. No matter if it's your second, third, or fourth chance, plead like it's your final chance. We are very fortunate for second chances. We must commit to a better journey, helping others, inspiring change. We must commit to increasing hope, increasing understanding, and positive direction. Because we are similar, I realize that we are lucky and blessed. And as I continue with today's message, I think back to our imperfect journey. I realize that many of us are lucky to be alive and lucky to have loved ones that care so much. But my hope is that the greatest luck at this moment in our life is to have a second chance. Another chance for redemption. God bless you today, and I'll talk to you later.